NewsOn looks a little bit different today. I wonder what's up with that. Wow, new user interface alert. This looks cool. Nice pictures too of the cities. How about Haystack News? Looks pretty much the same here. Oh wow, it finally has live TV on here. Seems like a couple of news apps are trying to step the game up here. Let's see what they have to offer. Alright, I'm going to begin by first of all showing you a news app that I kind of used before, but I haven't really used until they added that one new feature that really made me start using this service and really enjoyed it again. And this app is called Haystack News, and if you don't know what this app is, it's an app that really gives you a custom news experience where you get to choose your topics, choose your favorite sources, and it gives you a custom newscast based on what you picked. And the way they do it is that they, put clips together in a custom newscast that you can watch anytime you want, how long you want. And it added that one new feature that really made me use the app way more often now. And that one new feature that I mentioned off the top is live TV. So let's take a look at this app here, Haystack News, and see this app and talk about that new feature. So this app is a good looking user interface that has your topics on the left, and in the middle of the screen it has your video, and if you go to the top you can take a look at the other clips, and they have a whole lot of news sources. There's been added a whole lot of news sources nationally, locally. They have CBS Boston there, Newsy. They have WCBB, Cheddar, all these other stations. So I live in Massachusetts, so of course I'm going to get these stations, but if you live in your particular area, your station is going to differ. But maybe I can go to the top first of all and get the latest on the virus. I can come down to search, I can go to my headlines, I can go down to local, get my local news there. I can pick stuff, maybe content that the editors at Haystack picked. I can check out the latest on the election, even though it's over. We know who won. But there we go. SciTech, get the latest on the virus, get international news. And there's that one feature I want to talk about here, most important of all. Live. They finally added live news on here. And this is the one feature that's making me use this app more often than I used to. I barely used this app until I heard they added this feature live. So I have news. I can get it locally from Boston 25. And I can also get the live news from ABC. You have CBS, you have Newsmax, you have Algeria News, you have Euronews, Yahoo, and you have lots of other stations. So far, I'm seeing most of these local stations are coming from Cox Media Group, which has Boston 25, WFTV, and more local stations. But it seems, hopefully, they're going to be able to add more stations down the line soon and really gather together a whole bunch of news content, a whole bunch of local content. But here's the thing I keep noting though. There's some other news channels that hopefully they add soon that is not available on here. For example, you don't have NBC News Now. You don't have the Black News Channel. You don't have other channels that I'm probably sure you might have known that you've seen on Pluto TV, Tubi, and others that are not available on here. But there are a lot of news channels on here, and hopefully they add more soon here. But let's continue our way through this and get on to the next channel. But you can go down here to your source. You can go down to popular content. What are people watching the most on Haystack? And then you can take a look at the latest weather headlines locally, in the region, and nationally. You can check out your entertainment news, your business news, gaming, and finally you can go down to your settings and you can take a look at signing into the app. You can take a look at rating the app. You can configure your headlines and sources. You can set your location for your local news. You can set up a screensaver too. So when your Roku wants to go to sleep, it can show you images of the news along with the time and the weather. And then you have auto fill screen, you have auto play, you have video quality, and then finally you can send feedback. So yeah, that one new feature there, which is live, that they added on Haystack, which was right before Election Day, is really the main reason why I am using this app. Plus, you can't forget this as well. When you're in watching your video on full screen, if you look at the bottom, you have a news ticker. So you can literally get more news as you watch it, you know, like you would in the newscast or on national news. You can get your news ticker. And also another thing about it is, maybe I want to take a look at the weather. Look at this. I can interact with that news ticker by pressing the down button on the remote, and I can literally get the full forecast video. I can take a look at the regular forecast. I can look at the temperature. I can take a look at all these things here. And it has all the usual topics that you usually find in the news ticker when you're watching your cable news or national news network. You literally have a ticker there that you can take a look at. Take a look at the time, take a look at the weather, along with your news at the top. It's kind of like a multitasking thing. So yeah, that's Haystack News. That one feature, live TV, that they added before Election Day, is the main reason I'm using it. But let's get to another app too, because they are really taking things over the top as well. Next news app today, we're going to take a look at NewsOn. They literally just updated their user interface today, Monday. So let's see what they have. Boom. Completely different from the way they used to have it. They used to have, you know, at the center, you know, they have like a thumbnail of the newscast. Now they have this nice picture of the city and the station that is located in that city. So for example, Boston 25 News. You can see here they have a picture of the Boston skyline to match with the station. So let's go down here. Let's take a look at this. So WCBB here, we have that. So basically this is the main area of the feature carousel. And it seems like basically because I live in Massachusetts, it has two Boston stations first. And then 39 miles away, we have Providence. So you have that station to there. And you have a picture of the Providence to match with the station. And then you have Springfield. And then you have Hartford. So you can literally take a look at live stations too here. So Maine and all that other stuff. So when we come down here, we can take a look at stations near me. So you can take a look at all the stations that are near you. And at the bottom here, you can take a look at all the stations that are available live right now. And it seems like this is kind of like the focus of the new NewsOn interface. Gives you live content. Take a look at what stations are live right now. And in the last user interface, I can recall this, I believe, they didn't really focus much on what was live, what stations is live at the moment. But the UI before that kind of had a focus on it with a live zone area on the sidebar. and it seems like it's kind of making a full comeback here with this new user interface. So let's go to the top here and let's explore Live Now, which is kind of like really the hub of the live stations. So let's see here. We have a lot of stations live right now. We have Fox 61, we have News Center Maine, we have WUSA, and we have a lot of other stations that are live right now that NewsOn is letting you know is available. So let's take a look at this particular station, WUSA, and of course you have to go through an ad because that's how these people over at NewsOn are getting paid. So as the live content loads, there's kind of a new user interface with that as well. Let's go to by location, and you can search for your local station through your location. So there we go, the new user interface for your location. Before you was able to check out your local station with the big letters. Now they are like a little bit smaller here, but you can hopefully you can still be able to make out the channels that are available through your location. So let's go to, I'm gonna go to California here, and there we go. You can check out your local stations in California. So you can check out KCRA as an example. So here we go, local newscast from KCRA as he aired, recorded now. And then you can take a look at your clips, and at the bottom you can go and flip to the stations that are near you if you want. And of course it's live now, so if you want you can watch it live. I'm going to add it to my favorites, so now I can go back to the features section, and I can see this station is now at the top of the screen at the feature carousel because I added it as my favorite station. I can search if I want to, and I can search for, let's see, I can search for my station code letters hopefully, so I'm going to put in WCVB, and there it is, that station right there. And I can check it out with their newscasts and their clips as well. And then if I go here, I can take a look at my favorites here, and I can see that the station I added is in my favorites. And then finally, if we go to the health area, we can take a look at, you know, what the app is about, terms and conditions, and if I have any feedback, I can look at the email right there and email them with my feedback. So that's NewsOn. Brand new user interface with a little bit of more focusing on live news. By the way, one more thing I wanted to know, on the old user interface when there was breaking news, they had at the top where you can take a look at the breaking news and you can take a look at the election. But new user interface, I don't really see that. Hopefully, you know, maybe they do when they complete the rollout of this new user interface. They can maybe focus on putting in, you know, top breaking news and anything special, just like they did in the old user interface. We're going to take a quick look at some other apps that have news and news channels that are going to be available soon on other channels. So we're going to start with the Roku Channel. So I believe this happened on maybe the day before the election, or maybe even a few days before that. But they recently added a new news channel, NBC News Now. So, you know, if you love NBC and you want to get a breakdown of the news in the morning, they recently expanded their news operations to include a new morning newscast. You can take a look at this right here, and they also have Dateline on the weekends and that NBC Nightly News, and they also have the Today Show, along with their own original news programming on the weekdays, starting at 3 p.m. I believe. So if you want to take a look at NBC News Now, it's now available on the Roku Channel. Finally, we have Bloomberg Quick Take, and you might as well be familiar with this name because it was available on, Twitter, Facebook, and now they are turning into a 24/7 news channel, digital news channel that, may feel kind of like Shudder or NBC News. As a matter of fact, this guy there on the left, he used to work for Cheddar. Now he's switching over to Critique, and expect this channel to have a lot of content that is, basically kind of feels like regular newscasts, like, the newscasts throughout the day and probably by night original programming. So, for example, it is 3 p.m. as I'm recording this right now on a Monday, so they are airing Take a Break. And after that, at 4:30, they will be airing Take the Lead. And then at 8 p.m., they will be airing Geo, which is a spin-off of taking a look at a big story with a global perspective. So that's very interesting how they are laying out their show. And at 9 a.m. in the morning, they air Take Charge. At 9 p.m., they have original programming, including storylines, the breakdown, City Lab Solutions, Good Money System, Shark Alone, World Beyond, The Future of Work, Moonshark Conversations, Green. So, as you can tell, basically by the time the show's done, meaning that this channel's going to be airing, you can probably tell it's going to focus on original programming with business and science, a lot of things that people are talking about these days, business and science. So just keep that noted with this show and this network, Bloomberg Quick Take. It used to be known as TikTok, was used to be only available on Twitter, but they've been, with Bloomberg, they've been working to amp it up and try and make it more accessible for people to watch, whether it's on YouTube. Even Sling, they are offering this, but they changed their name later on to Quick Take to not confuse themselves with the social media app. And now with this third channel launch, it seems like they want to take this channel everywhere so people can watch their content with a new format, with a new shows, with a good take on news from Bloomberg. So just keep that noted. And this channel is expected to be available on the Bloomberg channel. It's also on YouTube. I'm not sure if you can see, but let's show it to you right here. As you can tell from the interface, that's YouTube. So it's available on YouTube now. It's available on the Bloomberg app. I'm not seeing on my Roku, but it's available there on your Apple TV, Roku, and other devices that carries the Bloomberg app. And it's also going to be available by the end of the year. It's going to be available on Tubi, and it's going to be available on Zumo. So hopefully they add this channel to more places soon, because Pluto TV carries on Bloomberg as well. So, hopefully soon they have this channel to go along with all the other streaming services that offers Bloomberg TV free and live. So just keep that noted. So Bloomberg Quick Take. So that's it for this edition. Like I said, I'm definitely using Haystack. I've been using it since the moment they added that channel because of the good amount of features that I told you earlier. NewsOn is great too as well because they have a brand new user interface and they're really putting the focus into it on live content. Again, networks that are airing live as it happens. So that's another good option. And plus you have the Roku Channel with their news offerings, including now adding NBC News Now. And you have Bloomberg Quick Take really transforming once again into 24/7 news service that's available everywhere this time. So pick your news, because basically you don't really need CNN anymore unless you was watching it for free on Roku throughout election week. But other than that, just keep that noted. Hopefully you got the most out of your Roku experience for this video. Let me know in the comments which news app is your favorite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.